Have you ever looked at your baby? Really looked and felt that quiet worry in your chest? Like something isn't quite right. Maybe they seem more tired than usual. Maybe they're not as active. Maybe feeding feels like a struggle. Or maybe you just have this feeling you can't explain. And the hardest part is you're doing everything you can. You're trying every single day. But still, that question lingers in your mind. Am I doing something wrong? If you've ever felt that, I want you to know something right away. You are not alone. So many parents go through this exact feeling quietly without talking about it, and it can feel confusing, even overwhelming, because babies can't tell us what they need. They cry, they fuss, they sleep, and we're left trying to figure out what it all means. And here's something most parents don't realize. Sometimes the smallest everyday habits, the ones that seem harmless, can slowly affect your baby's strength, energy, and overall development. Not in a scary way, not overnight, but gently, quietly over time. And today, we're going to talk about that, because once you see these things, you can change them, and that changes everything. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to feed your baby, but they just turn their head away? Or maybe they latch for a moment, then pull off frustrated? Or maybe they seem hungry, but never fully satisfied? It can feel confusing, right? And this is important. Sometimes it's not about how much you're feeding. It's about how you're feeding. One of the most common things parents don't notice is feeding in a rushed or distracted way. Life gets busy. There are phones, noise, stress, things happening around you. And without realizing it, feeding becomes something we try to get done quickly. But babies feel everything. They feel your tension, your hurry, your distraction. And when feeding doesn't feel calm and connected, they may not feed properly, they might take in less milk, swallow more air, or stop before they're truly full. Over time, that can affect their energy, their growth, their strength. So next time, slow down a little, hold your baby close, make eye contact, let feeding be a moment, not a task. You might be surprised how much changes. And while we're here, there's something else many parents overlook. Have you ever kept feeding your baby even when they showed signs they were full? It's easy to do, especially when you're worried they're not eating enough. You might think, just a little more. But here's the surprising part. Overfeeding can actually make babies feel uncomfortable, gassy, and even weaker over time because their little bodies are working too hard to digest. You might notice more spit up, more fussiness, or even poor sleep. Instead, try to trust their cues. When they turn away, slow down, or lose interest. That's their way of communicating, and I know. Trusting that isn't always easy, but your baby knows more than we think. Now, let me ask you something else. How often does your baby spend time moving freely? Not in a swing, not in a car seat, not in a stroller, but just on the floor? Stretching, kicking, exploring. Because this is something many parents don't realize. Too much time in swings, bouncers, or carriers can limit your baby's movement, and movement is how babies build strength. It's how their muscles grow, how their coordination develops, how they learn about their own bodies. If they're always supported, always reclined, they don't get the chance to practice, and over time, that can affect their physical strength. It doesn't mean you should never use those things. Of course not, they're helpful, but balance matters, even a few short periods each day. Letting your baby lie on a safe surface. Stretch, kick, move freely. That can make a big difference, and this is important. You might have noticed your baby gets fussy during tummy time. Maybe they cry. Maybe they resist, and you think maybe they're not ready. But here's the thing. Tummy time is one of the most powerful ways to build strength. It helps develop their neck, shoulders, arms, even their core. So instead of avoiding it, try making it gentle. Start with just a minute or two. Stay close. Talk to them. Make it feel safe slowly. They'll build tolerance, and with that, strength. Now let's talk about something that doesn't always get enough attention. Sleep. Have you ever thought your baby was just not a good sleeper? Waking often, short naps, restless nights. It's exhausting, right? But here's something many parents don't realize. Poor sleep doesn't just affect mood. It affects growth. Babies grow, repair, and build strength during sleep. If sleep is constantly interrupted, their bodies don't get the full benefit. And sometimes, The reason behind poor sleep isn't obvious. It could be overstimulation before bedtime, too much noise, irregular routines, or even feeding habits right before sleep. Try creating a simple, calming routine. Dim lights, soft voices, gentle movements let your baby recognize. This is time to rest, and over time, the consistency helps their body relax. And when they sleep better, they grow better. Now let me ask you something gently. Have you ever compared your baby to another baby? Maybe a friend's child, or something you saw online. This baby is rolling already. This one is chubbier. This one seems stronger. It's natural to compare, but it can also create unnecessary worry, because here's the truth. Every baby develops at their own pace, and constant stress, even in you, can affect your baby. They feel your emotions more than you think. So instead of comparing, observe your baby. Celebrate their small progress. Trust their timeline, and this is important. Sometimes, what looks like weakness is just a different pace, not a problem. Now, there's another quiet mistake many parents make, and it comes from love trying to do everything for the baby, holding them constantly, not letting them try. Stepping in too quickly, it feels natural. You want to help, but here's the surprising part. Babies need small challenges. They need moments where they try. Struggle a little, figure things out. That's how strength builds. If we always step in too fast, they miss that opportunity. So next time, pause for a second. Let them try. Be there. But don't rush. You'll see their confidence grow, and their strength too. Now I want to talk about something simple, but powerful. Sunlight. Have you noticed how often your baby goes outside? Fresh air. Natural light. It might seem small, but it matters more than we think. Sunlight helps the body produce vitamin D, which supports bone strength and overall development. Even a few minutes a day safely can make a difference, and it's not just physical. Fresh air can calm babies, improve sleep, even boost mood. So if you can step outside, let your baby feel the world gently. And finally, there's something emotional that often gets overlooked. Connection. Have you ever been physically present, but mentally somewhere else? It happens. Life gets busy, but babies don't just need food and sleep. They need connection, eye contact, touch, your voice. These things build emotional strength, and emotional strength affects everything else. So when you hold your baby, be there even for a moment. That presence matters more than perfection. And if you've been listening to all this and thinking, I've done some of these things, take a breath. That doesn't mean you've harmed your baby. It means you're learning. It means you care. And that's what truly matters. Because the truth is, there is no perfect parent. Only learning parents, growing parents, trying parents, and you are one of them. Small changes, small awareness, small moments of connection, they add up. They build strength. Slowly, gently, naturally. Your baby doesn't need perfection. They need you. Present, caring, learning, and that is already enough. So tonight, or tomorrow, or whenever you can, just try one small thing differently. Slow down a feeding, add a minute of tummy time, step outside for fresh air. Trust one of your baby's cues. That's how it starts. And over time, you'll see it. More energy, more strength, more confidence in your baby and in yourself. And if this helped you, even a little, stay connected, because there's so much more you can learn. Step by step, together, you're doing better than you think. Always remember that.